G'day guys, listen, just a quick one today, but I thought I'd give you a bit of a tip or a bit of a hack that I've picked up recently about getting the cheapest flights to Bali, and in fact getting cheap flights all around the world. And it's just a very, very simple thing called Google Flights. If you haven't been on there, I really strongly recommend. You've got all these cheap tickets and the cheap this and Know the Pilot and all these other places that I've been into. This is the simplest to use and I think one of the most versatile ones I've ever seen. So all you do, pretty simple, open a Google Chrome browser and simply type up the top, Google Flights. Easy. The first one that normally comes up is just a Google page called Find Cheap Flights and Track Prices. Hit that one and it takes you, and it's not a shop, it's just pointing you to search results on the entire of Google. And this is where it gets pretty versatile because it's giving you a lot of, some of these Agoda type websites get promoted by certain customers to promote their, or to rank their search higher. As far as I know, with Google Flights, it just gives you a list of everything based on the criteria you ask for. So if you ask for the cheapest flights, if you ask for the most direct or the most the most luggage or whatever, it'll give you that option. So here I'm just going to put in a nice simple. I want to go from Denpasar and I want to go to Sydney, SYD. Now I'm not sure when I want to go, so I'm just going to leave the departure and return. I've got it set up in economy, one person round trip. Hit the search button, and straight away, within seconds, it brings up a whole heap of parameters. So now this is in Indonesian rupiah, so you can divide that by 10 and you'll come up with this Aussie dollar equivalent. If I want to go tomorrow, it's $750 return. Now, when I had to do an emergency dash back to Sydney a couple of months ago, it was about $800, $1,200 one way, $800 return. So this is $750. Now, I don't know who it's with yet. If I want to go, say, next month, if I'm looking for, when can I get a cheap flight? Well, I know if I look across here, there are flights in October, say the 24th of October for a week, come back on the 31st, hit done, and I'll search those parameters and see what it comes up with. Here we go. For $590, the best departing flights, it'll give me say 600 round trip. That's pretty bloody cheap. $540 round trip with Philippine Airlines. One stop, but it's a long stop. So you've got 17 and a half hours in Manila. Now, it's a 29-hour flight. You're losing 2 days of your holiday. That's probably not the best option. But here we go. The next flight it gives, it's only $150 more, is on Virgin, operated by Qantas. No, Virgin operated by Virgin. 10 hours, 15 minutes from Denpasar to Sydney. One stop for 3.5 hours in Melbourne, and it's $700 return. Non-stop, here we go. Separate tickets booked together, $770. So it gives you a heap of options. If I go back and change my search criteria, let me see. I don't know when I want to go yet, so I'm going to leave that open again. Delete that and delete this one. And just let it do some more tracking. And maybe I'll say, well, I want to go over Christmas. So I want to go when I can get a nice cheap flight, because you can save a couple of $100 on a ticket and use that for your accommodation when you get over here. So here's another one, November, $550, approximately. Now, it gives you the option, whatever day you want to come home, it tells you there is a flight available that stays within that 500 range. But there are other dates. If you want to change it to a Tuesday or something, you might be able to save a bit of money, or it might cost you twice as much. So I'll just put that in there, that date, hit done, hit search, see what it gives me. No options matching that, okay, because I wanted to go over and back one day later. Okay, look. So here we go, $680, $500, $1,100, that's 1,000 Aussie dollars. It gives you all of those details, really, really simple. Now, I've done a few comparisons with people like Flight Centre and Agoda and stuff, and this is nearly always gives me the option of all of the airlines almost in the world, so I can see if there's something on there. But I tell you what, there's one other thing that I really love about this website is if I just, I'll come out, it's easier just to go out, close that one, open it again. and put Google Flights. Now, if I just want to get out of Dodge, if I want to leave tomorrow and just go somewhere, go on a holiday, I don't know where I want to go. I don't know how much it's going to cost me to go. Maybe I'm thinking this time I might go to Vietnam or the Philippines or something else. I'm just going to put Denpasar, where to, straight away. So let me just put, I want to leave on Saturday. I don't know when I want to return, but let's give it a week. And I don't put anywhere in the where to and hit explore. This is really cool. Wherever the map is, it'll tell me from Denpasar, where we're starting, I can go in 2 days' time. I can go to Darwin. I can go and what the price is. I can go to Port Moresby. I can go back up here into Asia. I can go to Sumatra. I can go to Singapore, and I can just drag this anywhere around the world I want. For Singapore for $390 return. I can go to Ho Chi Minh for $280, and all that by just dragging the map around and letting or zooming in and out as you would just normally with the mouse button. I can go to Taipei for $360 return. I can go to Hong Kong. I can go to Tokyo for $650 return if I want to leave tomorrow and stay about a week. And I can change all of those parameters once I'm in there. And I think that's a really great, just impromptu, what are you going to do this weekend? Let's just jump on Google Flights and see what we can get out of Sydney to anywhere. You could end up in Goulburn. I don't know. You might end up in some little backwater country town or some backwater country. But I got to be a little bit spontaneous and keep guessing. But I tell you what, I can go to South Korea for $500. It just gives you a bit of food for thought, and it's a bit of fun. And I just love the fact that when you go into view the flights, it gives you so many options, and you can go through and undo certain tabs and say, I want it non-stop, I want it extra baggage, I want it certain, certain times of the day. I want it the cheapest flight I can get out of Sydney tomorrow. And yeah, look, it's just a bit of fun. But if you're coming to Bali, it's worth jumping on this before you go and book your flights anywhere else, because I've done a few comparisons, and I promise you, nearly every single time I found a better flight or a cheaper flight with an airline I maybe wouldn't have thought to look up, or an airline that wasn't maybe associated directly with the page I was looking at. So, hey, listen, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you a few options that might help you to come over here, spend a couple extra dollars, buy an extra bintang on your way over and have a good time. So, if you enjoy that, give us a thumbs up. Let us know how you go. I'll be keen to see if you what you think of it, and if you're coming over, look me up, because I'll see you when you get here. Bye, guys. Hiroshima. Oh, let me go. Oh, where's Damien live? Damien, I'm going to come over to your place. That'll be a bad night. Whoa. Cheers.